You know, no one takes Tebow for their fantasy football team. I think that's hilarious.
Nobody should be playing fantasy football. It's for fucking fags.
Oh, you don't like fantasy football?
It stinks. It's fucking gay. It just brings a nerdiness to fucking football. Nobody watches fucking football with a laptop open.
Thank God.
Nobody. You have a fucking case of beer and some sandwiches, and you're talking about fucking getting a hand job from a stripper in the door to commercials from the night before. You know, go to that page. Oh, what's this? Calvin Johnson's got one catch for 3 yards, and it's 2 minutes into the game. All right. Fucking get that shit off my screen. I don't want to see that. It's fucking 1:02. The game started at 1. I got stats in the bottom of the screen. I don't give a fuck.
Everyone plays fantasy football.
They're fucking fags. They all are. I don't give a shit. No fucking manly men play fantasy football. I don't want the Ravens defense when I need them to beat New England when I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm not rooting for anybody else but my team.
I like when the fantasy football guys feel like they're doing something.
They're doing
because they had a good draft.
The fantasy football draft. We're all gonna get together and have a big draft. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna sit around and have snacks, and we're gonna open our fucking laptops and our iPads, and we're gonna have a draft. Who are you gonna take?
Finally.
Yeah,
how about taking in the ass, you fucking homos, with your fucking fantasy football? It's just nerdness.
But fantasy football, you do the draft, and then you just kind of...
I don't give a
shit.
Then
you just kind of watch your guys for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so, all right. So
that's all you do.
If you get a guy in the Patriots...
Every once in a while, you'll, like, switch a player
All right, so if you get Wes Welker, right, and you're a big Jet fan, do you want him doing good? You don't, so why even playing that? If you're a real football fan, you shouldn't be playing fantasy football. Oh, man. You don't want that guy doing good.
A lot of people do.
I don't care.
Makes Sundays a little more exciting.
No, there's nothing exciting about fantasy football. It's fucking guys in khakis and button-downs watching football.
Serious though.
They bring their laptops to a fucking sports bar. They come over, who just scored that touchdown? I go, why? I got him on my team. Fuck you. Go in the ladies' room and take a piss.
But Sirius has a whole channel dedicated to fantasy football.
Yeah, well, okay, so, they got a fucking gay channel, too. They got a book channel where guys read books.
Jonathan listens to it in the car. It's terrible.
Of course he does.
Wait, what does he listen to?
Book radio. I want to fucking strangle him with a piano wire.
Why would you listen to that?
Because he's an idiot. That's why. It's terrible.
That broad gives me dirty looks all the time. What's her name? Pia, Padua. What is her name? Yeah, she gives us dirty looks because we beat her up once. She wants to come on the show so bad. I'm like, no, just fucking do your book thing.
Wait, so you don't like when guys are rooting for just random players?
You're not a football fan if you do that. You're a Cowboy fan, right? Would you be rooting for a Giant guy because you have the receiver?
No.
And they're playing a team because you want the fucking Giants to lose every week?
Yeah.
So you don't want that guy catching 3 touchdowns. You're not going to go, all right, well, that's good, but fuck that.
All right.
It's
How about
stupid.
just betting on the games? Like,
betting is great.
Like
Absolutely.
A real man.
Degenerates should be watching. That's all should be watching football.
Degenerates.
Degenerates.
Give me 5 teams that are, have the chance at the Super Bowl. Who do you think?
Well, the Patriots are always in it.
Right.
The Ravens. I think the Ravens got a shot this year.
Okay.
That's probably the only 2 from the AFC. Texans, I don't know. And then the NFC, you got the Packers, Giants, you got to throw in there. You never know. And also the Saints.
Well, that's just about it.
And maybe the 49ers could possibly. I don't know, though.
I think the 49ers.
I think they had a good
run
lucky year there. Last year, though.
Oh, you think they were lucky?
Yeah, Alex Smith, I don't know. That was his first good year. I mean, he was ready to get cut.
Huh.
And San Francisco was ready to take Manning over him, get rid of him this year, but they couldn't get him, so.
Really? I like the
whole name fantasy even sounds gay.
I know.
It's fantasy, but well, it's my fantasy.
Yeah, it's my fantasy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a draft. Where do they have these drafts at? Is it fucking gay bathhouse?
Yeah,
that's where they should be. We're gonna go over a Knicks house and we're gonna have the fantasy football draft.
Yeah, I think they do.
I'll see
that.
you later, honey. They do. They all get together.
Like a big get together. It's a big serious thing.
But the draft parties are usually over the top, and they really do them up nice.
Oh boy.
What do they do?
I don't
Serve
know.
fruit? They have a fucking fruit platter?
A lot of guys that get a T-shirt made for the year.
Oh, bro.
What do you mean
No way.
What is that?
Oh, yeah,
What do you mean?
man. For the league. For the league.
The league?
What?
Yeah. Every fantasy
What does it say
football
on the
fucking...
shirt?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Does it say
I wasn't
like,
at one. Relax. I'm not in fantasy football. I just know.
Yeah, let's see
I know a
one.
little bit
Come
about
on.
everything, Florentine.
Come on, here we go. Let's see one.
Huh? What? Yeah.
I never saw one of those shirts.
I think the guy should call up because we're talking. We're talking to a lot of people that are in fantasy football.
FFL.
FFL.
Fantasy Football League, FFL. Owner, GM, head coach, and head scout.
That's right.
Oh, he's doing a lot of work. He's wearing a lot of hats.
I know. It's unbelievable. I don't know why he's not running a real team.
Oh, he's wearing a lot of hats and a Roman war helmet.
Remember that
Balls
commercial?
across the nose.
Sorry. Remember that commercial last year that made fun of all the fantasy football guys?
No.
Oh, we should
remember
find
that one.
it. It was pretty funny. And it had the names of their teams, and everyone gets clever with the name of their team.
Oh, they'd make...
You don't remember that commercial they ran
No.
during the season last year? Because they were all depressed that their teams were out of it. Their fantasy football teams were out of
too
it.
bad.
Can you find that? Oh, boy. Forget it, Sam.
And they have names for their teams, too? I didn't even know that. They make up their own names for teams?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How'd the guys call? You're out there. Don't be shy.
No, because they're
Fucking defend
afraid
your
to.
fantasy
They know.
football.
They know.
Fantasy.
There's a name for the league.
There's nothing to defend.
There's a name for each guy's fantasy football team.
Ugh.
They get the big draft board they set up at someone's house. Okay, all right, you're next. You got 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh, so they got 5 minutes to make a pick?
I don't know, a few minutes.
Right, whatever.
Whatever
yeah,
it would be.
Whatever, yeah.
Oh, but they're on the clock. Oh, it's very serious.
And what
This
about
fantasy
like
football is
what about
very
mid-season,
serious.
like trading? Do they trade
they
with
trade?
each other?
They
No.
get traded with each other, right?
I think so, yeah.
And this
Will
money.
you take Wes Welker for
But
Miles Austin for this week?
I bet they're
Just this
real
one
serious
week.
too.
but some of these guys.
Imagine getting that phone call from your friend. I would never call Jim up. Go, Jim, would you take Wes Welker this week? I don't think he's going to do good against the Steeler defense. I'll take your Miles Austin.
I wouldn't know what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Like, who are these
exactly,
people?
because you're a
Hang up
fucking
on you.
man. Exactly.
But they pay for a lot of money too. Excuse me. There's a lot of money at stake.
Jesus.
They throw in a few $100 each or whatever.
I got
it
no
is,
problem.
and-
Get office football pool. You got the
Yeah,
friggin'
yeah.
suicide pool where you pick the shitty
Yeah.
team. Whatever, all of that stuff. That's fine.
That's degenerate
You wanna
gambling.
pick, yeah. Or yeah, just think of. But this is just nonsense.
Now, these guys feel
It's
like
just-
they should
it's-
give a press conference after Sunday. They're like, "Yeah, well, my guys played really hard this weekend."
It just makes watching on Sunday, fun.
That's
you
not-
watch
that's
it-
not fun.
You watch your
That's
computer
not
to see
fucking-
how your team's doing.
It's not. You watch the screen. You bought a fucking $3,000 TV with surround sound. You're looking at your fucking laptop. What did Calvin John? Did he just catch? Oh, he didn't. He's got 2 catches for 8 yards. It's 108. Fuck.
But then during
We're
the
only 4 minutes into the game. He's got to do better.
You don't want to hear that?
But then during the week, like let's say my team's playing your team, me and you get to trash talk and text each other,
We got bragging rights.
And some
we got bragging rights.
and some leagues have a message board, so the trash talking gets a little crazy and everyone can see
Let me
it.
go to the message. Let's see what they're saying. That Jet Giant game, like the third game of the preseason, they always go, it's for bragging rights. It's a preseason game.
Of course.
What the fuck are you bragging about? Hey, we beat you in preseason.
Yeah, the teams don't give
When you
up.
didn't even play the starters. Yeah, all right, you got me there, but we'll get you next year.
You don't like bragging rights?
The teams don't give a fuck.
We got bragging rights.
They won't even remember
We
that.
beat you. If it's a regular season game, hey, we kicked your ass last week, so you can't say. I can understand that.
But
There's
they
no
don't-
bragging rights.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. In the end, they'll barely remember they played for a New York team. They don't give a fuck. You want to talk to some of these guys? Although a lot of people agree with you.
Of course. Of
Backing
course
up
they are.
Florentine, fantasy football is gay. I want to hear from the guys that are in this. You're
There
out
are
there.
some.
It's fucking huge. And I swear I'm not in a league. I just know a lot of about it.
What are the names
Most of the
league?
guys don't listen to the show that are into it, because a lot of men listen to the show. A lot of guys that are just guys.
Real men.
They get a fucking 12-pack on Friday as soon as they get off of work and just start drinking and watching porn. And none of those guys watch fucking fantasy football.
Whoever's the asshole screening, we don't need people backing up Florentine. That's easy.
Oh, boy.
That's easy.
Who's screening?
Who's screening?
Is it puppet hair?
I told him to find the people against it.
Okay, who?
Who?
That's one of our new interns.
What?
What's his name?
How is it that an intern gets to answer phones for a huge
first
radio
day.
show on his first day?
His first day.
Day one.
Fuck. Where's the radio wizard when we need him?
Is he the one that was avoiding eye contact this morning? That was funny.
I don't know.
I walked in the door, he just looked down. Brr.
The radio
I like
wizard's
that.
got some shit to do today. We can't have interns answering the phone day one. He doesn't even know what the fuck is going on yet. He doesn't even know everyone's names. Let's go to Brendan. Brendan.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Brendan.
Hi. Yeah, fantasy football is not gay. I don't know what you're smoking, Jim, but
Ooh.
it gives you a reason to watch the games that your team isn't playing.
That's
You know,
true.
I'm gonna just I live in Detroit. It gives me reason to watch the stupid Jets or the stupid 49ers. And with all my buddies living across the country, it gives us something to keep in touch with.
It's a good point.
You know, you stay together through fantasy football.
Yeah, right. See, because you wouldn't talk to your buddies across the country without fantasy football. So you only talk to them during the season.
Yeah.
You got nothing else to talk. Why don't you just watch football because you're a fan? Go, the Jets are playing the Giants. Let me watch that game, even though I don't like it.
And be a real guy and talk to your friends about pussy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
That's right. Some money.
By the way, you're going to have to deal with Ron Bennington, Florentine. I'm staying out of that one. He fucking fantasy footballs his ass off.
Really?
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. This guy's been doing it for 10 years. You want to talk to Pete?
That's 5, yeah.
All right, let's go to Pete, who's been doing fantasy football for 10 years. I didn't even know they had fantasy football 10 years ago.
Dude, I was confused 10 years ago, and I found out that at that time they'd already had it for like 10 years.
Really?
It's been around a long time. If you grew up watching sports, and you're a sports nut, you're a sports junkie, whether it's football, baseball, whatever it is.
Right.
You have always, you can't deny it, Jim. You've always thought about one day, like, man, why did those guys make that trade? I would love to be in
Yep.
No, never. Never did.
No?
No.
You don't
no,
want to be
I
a
never
GM?
did. No, there's only a couple things that I do pretty good, and I don't think I'm a GM of a team.
They really
I don't go, what the fuck did they do that for? They're wrong, because they always, the trade is always right. 9 times out of 10, it's right. So I don't think that. Miami.
Okay, perfect. Out of all the teams that you root for, okay, Miami Dolphins, you've never wanted to shake that cage and been like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah, but I can't.
You know what? I like to shake
can't.
the cage or two.
Oh.
Yeah, but haven't you thought about why wouldn't you? Can't you see that you see things a little bit better?
Oh my God.
That's true.
No, I don't. They're there every day. I don't. I'm just a fucking fan that watches on Sunday. That reads a couple of articles. I don't know what's really going on. I have no idea. They're the pros, not me.
I'll be honest with you. Football is easy. I know people. I can't get into baseball because, as far as the fantasy goes, because dude, it's talking every day. Why even show up to work? Because all people do with this fantasy baseball team. It's once a week. You get the shit talk with your friends, just like Opie said.
Hey, a little shit talk.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah,
Look out.
Yeah, got you last week.
I'll get you this week.
I don't know.
No, I'm telling you.
I don't know. He's hurt. He's not playing good.
Yeah, but his hammy's coming back strong.
Sometimes it gets personal, man. You bring up some old dirt. Maybe I'm the guy.
Man.
Me and Jim are friends. We'd never do that during the week.
No.
I don't know if his hammy's going to be ready for Sunday.
No. That is true.
No.
Never wants to be able to say that to each
You're
other.
in trouble this weekend. I don't know.
Never. I see that Jim was in Cleveland the week. I text on Monday. How many loads did you drop?
Yeah.
That's what I don't air. How was Walker's hammy?
Yeah, it's kind of fun to trash talk, though.
When you do a good job or when you're in a league that pays out, dude, it's 15 grand. You don't want a chance to win 15 grand to watch football? Come on.
Gambling's fine.
Yeah, man.
The gambling is fine.
In the end, you can win some good money. And I forgot to mention one other thing. The trophy.
Oh, man.
That you get to keep for
Let
the
me
year.
see
What is
some
it?
fantasy
Pete, have you
football
won a trophy
trophies.
yet?
Pete, have you won the trophy
It's a
yet?
seat with a fist on it.
Some of these guys really get into their trophy.
Pete, have you
And
won
then
a
they got
trophy?
bragging rights, so when you go to your friend's house, there's the fantasy football trophy until next year.
Oh, so he's sitting in an easy chair
Guy's sitting in
because
Armchair
he's an
quarterback.
armchair quarterback. I get it.
Yep.
I won once. I won once like 6 years ago.
All right, hold on. I want to know, did you win the trophy?
There's no trophy, dude. I want that money.
All right, but a lot of guys, they have the money and the
Look at
trophy.
these two fucking assholes.
I know.
Hey, man, we're talking to our base right now. I gotta defend fantasy football. We're talking to our base.
So you didn't win a trophy, though?
No, fuck the trophy, dude. You know what? Give me a trophy, no problem.
See, all right, he's cool. He didn't have to
He's not
fucking.
cool.
He didn't have to bring the
He's
trophy
not
home to
cool.
his house for a year.
Oh, you only get it for a year, and then you got to give it back?
All right, listen, I got to give someone else
yeah.
a chance because now the phones
Travels
are lit.
around.
Chris, Florentine hates fantasy football. I personally think it's great.
Jim, you talk all that shit, but you sit around and do the same shit every fucking day.
He does.
Like what?
Word.
Because when you sit around and talk about who's going to do what team is going to do well, what team is not going to do well, you're doing the same shit we doing playing fantasy football. The only difference is we're going to make money at the end of the season. If you're doing fantasy football for free, that I don't understand.
I'm not doing fantasy football for free. I don't have a guy on a opposing team that I hate. I don't have their receiver. I don't have Tom Brady as a quarterback. I want him fucking dead every week.
You sit there every week and pontificate how well Tom Brady's going to do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I just root against every team that I don't like. That's all I do.
What you just listed out 5 teams you thought were going to make it to the Super Bowl. You just listed out that the Jets weren't going to do any good. It's no different. You're stating your opinion, and then you're making money on it.
He's just his opinion on who he thinks is going to win or not. It's not this technical, serious, oh, man, my guy's injured.
Everybody goes through that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's the name of your team there, Chris?
I'm a Skins fan all day, so fuck Dallas.
No, I mean, what's the name of your fantasy football team?
Oh, the Frederick Bontons.
What is that?
God.
I don't know.
The area I live, and I'm a Jamaican, so.
And what's do you win a trophy at the end if you win the whole thing?
Hell yeah, because we shove that shit in each other's face. That's the shit talking we do.
See? And then when you go to that guy's house for a barbecue, there's that fucking fantasy football trophy staring you in the eye.
For the barbecue.
Hey, look, if it keeps him off the street.
Everybody's got to pay us the money on the spot.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with fantasy football.
So, Jim, you don't like that when they start razzing each other? Like, look at my trophy.
Oh, yeah, look. Oh, come on. He put it right on top of the fucking barbecue. He had to do that as soon as we walked in. You got me. All right, so you're a Skins fan, right? All right, so.
How much you know football better than some of your friends? It ain't no difference. All you're talking about is that you know football better than your friends.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But, all right, so you're a Skins fan. So if you have Tony Romo on your team one week, are you going to root for him?
I would never pick Tony Romo on my team.
All right, but what if you have to? You have no choice because your quarterback is out.
All right, I'm going to explain that to you because you said something very interesting. You can be a fan of football, and you can also be a fan of a team. So when your team is not playing, do you not watch football at all?
I watch it all, absolutely, but I'm saying your arch rival.
Other game, right? And then you kind of get interested in the other game. It's no different. When you're rooting for your team, you're rooting for your team, but when you're rooting for football, you're watching other stuff happen. It's no different.
All right, let me ask you something. Say you get a Cowboy on your roster. Say 8 of your guys are injured on your fantasy football team. You have to take Miles Austin, okay? Are you going to root for Miles Austin, an arch rival on the Cowboys, to score 3 touchdowns?
Here's what you do. You root for the bend, but don't break. Let that motherfucker score all the points, but your team still wins.
No, see, you don't know. That's not a real fan. A real fan wants him catching no passes no matter what.
Breaking a leg.
A real fan wants his team to win. Right?
No, you don't want Miles. You're not going to sit there and go, I'm glad he caught a 50-yard pass. That's good. All right, so he scored instead of no.
2 touchdowns, and my team still wins. What did it hurt? Nothing.
You want Dallas to lose 37-0 every week. That's as a Redskin fan, that's what you want.
And for
you don't
someone to
want
break
him
their
catching.
neck.
Absolutely.
That's bad sportsmanship.
Catches 3 touchdowns, and my team scores 100 touchdowns. That's all I want.
And
I
you
want them to lose.
And Chris, logically, you're making a lot of sense because in the end, you got that fucking trophy for bragging rights.
Thank you.
There you go. See, I understand.
You guys razz each other, give each other the business.
During the week, though, Jimmy. During the week.
Yeah.
Sunday, it's all business. You just focus on that computer and see how your team's doing.
I don't know. I think that guy changed
yeah,
his
I
mind
think
over here.
he's got me, you know.
Next week, you're going to be saying, I got this guy.
Yeah.
I was totally wrong about it.
Let's go to Boston. Mikey.
Good morning.
Hey, hi, Mike.
What's happening, guys? Yeah, fantasy football doesn't have to be friggin' like you guys are saying. I set my lineup Sunday morning. I friggin' spend my day doing whatever, watch the Pats during the afternoon, and that's friggin' it.
Why do you send your lineup?
Set.
You guys set
your lineup.
Because you have to decide who you want to put in for that.
Who's going to start?
You might have some inside info that someone's hammy's a little fucking sore, so you might fucking
hammy.
You might
want to pick
blow 'em
teams.
off.
No.
You know? Why, man? Because then someone picks your guy before you. Now you got to fucking use your brain to figure it out on the spot.
How can they pick your guy if he's on your team?
No, I mean if someone gets to the guy you wanted before you, that's what makes this whole thing complicated.
Yeah, let's see if it was. We could put it in terms you'll understand, like fantasy radio. Let's say.
Yeah.
You'd need to replace Travis with somebody today.
Yes.
See? Yeah. So you got to set your lineup.
Yep.
I brought home a friggin' grand last year.
Oh.
Just friggin' hitting a button saying set lineup every Sunday. The system sets your best lineup as what it thinks.
All right, we get all that, Mike. But I need to know what's the name of your team.
2 teams, 1 ball.
2 teams, 1 ball. How good is that?
It's like a 2 girls, 1 cup. We got it.
We got it. And then what's the name of the league?
Yes.
It's Brawl Done Loud, which is a compilation of last names from my family because it's all my family playing.
This is very serious
keeps
shit.
the family together.
Florentine.
So it's only family that's in the.
That's nice.
Sometimes you do just only family if you got a big family.
I wish they
Sometimes
play
you do
against the
your-
Corleones.
Sometimes you do your frat brothers. Sometimes
do you
do your
guys
college buddies.
do you guys rip each other, the family, during the week?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Family parties, you know, we freaking hang out. That draft is nothing more than my family hanging out, pounding beers.
Pounding them
You
beers.
can understand pounding
and asses.
beers,
Exactly.
You know, we'll reach around, you know, whoever wins.
Sure.
And do you get a trophy at the end of the year?
Fuck no. You get a freaking $1,000 check.
All right. That's where that's where they draw the line. No trophy.
All right, they put a little manliness into it with no trophy.
A little bit.
Why don't you guys get the armchair trophy?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We're not all into it like, yeah, fantasy football. Most of us just friggin' look at our lineup for like 10 minutes during the week. Most of us just hit a button and the computer system just says, hey, this is your friggin' most probable lineup to win this week.
Oh, great. So you're not even picking
So you're not
yourself.
even doing it. The computer's doing it.
Well, you could.
No, you got to set your team. We learned that.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta set
But he's
your
saying
team.
he's hitting the
Computer's
button and it's
setting his
telling him
team.
what, pretty much what his lineup should
That's
be.
pretty good. What is that, like Farmville?
All right, thank you. I got to go to Ben in Jersey. Ben.
Yeah, I think I know why Jim doesn't like fantasy football. When he was younger, I think he was part of another fantasy with wrestling pictures. They had a little draft in the street.
Say you understand getting into something.
There wasn't even a draft. We went right for it.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely. I was into gay wrestling, but this fantasy football is just ridiculous. I didn't spend time fucking drafting wrestlers. I didn't have Ernie Ladd and Hulk Hogan on my team,
See,
but
you could do
I
that.
fucking traded Bob Backlund because he had a bad back.
Why would you get rid of Bob
Fantasy
Backlund?
wrestling.
He was the fucking worst.
I loved
Bob
him.
Backlund.
Rock fan fiction.
He was what a bore he was. He was a fucking.
He was my
bore.
favorite when he would do the knee walk. You didn't like the knee walk?
You didn't like that?
He did that little curly thing with his face. He put his hand over his face.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
You don't think he was? You don't think he was exciting when he talked?
He was and he was a bad wrestler. He was awful. He had no moves.
The knee walk. Is
Oh, he loves.
I hate people online.
You want more of these, or are we done? Fan of the Cleveland
Look,
Browns.
you should never bring your laptop to a sports bar.
Here, how about this?
You shouldn't be sitting there with your iPad looking at stats
You're right.
when there's 18 games going on.
Steve's got you though, man. I think he's got an angle on this. Go ahead, Steve.
Morning, boys. Hey, Jim, the bottom line is I'm a Browns fan, been a Browns fan since I was a kid in the late 70s, and they suck. So if it wasn't for fantasy football, I wouldn't have none to watch after 3 weeks because they'd be done.
There you go.
He does have a little point there. You Browns do suck. But maybe you could just get in an office pool and pick, spreads each week.
Yeah.
So then you can have a vested interest in each game.
Really? Why not just gamble on the fucking games?
Well, I actually have a buddy of mine who does a very interesting poll. Every game that's on prime time, you pick the winner straight up. And that last year was $5 to get in, and last year the winner one took home $1,300.
I wouldn't classify that as very interesting.
Very.
No, you wouldn't.
These
What
guys.
would you say? Like super unbelievable interesting?
My
then?
friend's a meat and potatoes idiot. You could say.
But these guys, they win the league. They're taking home $1,000 or more.
Oh wait, did you see this trophy?
Oh no!
This fantasy football. It's like they're posing the Heisman, but they got a remote in their hand.
The guy's holding the remote.
Well, that's kind of clever.
Oh.
Hey, Steve, what's the name of your team?
The KY Vikes, or KY Dogs, because I live in Kentucky now, and I'm still a Browns fan.
The Kentucky Dogs.
Nice, hey, KY Dogs,
Dog
clever.
Pound, Jimmy.
What's the name of the league?
It's half the leagues in Virginia Beach, so we're the KY VB Mac 3 League, because we've had drama and had to restart it 3
catchy.
times.
Wait, you had drama?
Oh, yeah, people trading guys that at the end of the season so their buddy wins. And
Oh, that's great.
Oh man! See, then they're cheating.
Yeah, see, then it's not
No,
fun
but that
anymore.
pisses off everybody else, and now
Oh,
there's
man.
like major beef.
What
with some
drama?
Some friends.
Yeah, so then you guys don't even have time to rib each other during the week if that drama's going on.
That's an interesting story.
And then the worst part is I'm a commissioner, so I got to do the right thing for everybody. But you end up winning the league.
The right thing for everybody. You're the law, then.
If you said I have to do the right thing for everybody, that should be followed with a gunshot.
I forgot. Every league has
there's
a commissioner.
Oh, you're a commissioner.
And sometimes you got to argue your case with the commissioner, which is also your best pal.
Now do you guys get my point?
Everybody.
What? There should be a commissioner.
Commishkit.com.
Yeah, they got kits and everything, so you're like you do it properly.
Commish
Where have you
kit.
guys been? Fantasy football is massively huge. It's very involved.
Did you go to the commish kit, sir? Honestly.
No, I've been doing it for years. But why do you think they have the red zone in the NFL?
Can I ask you, hold on, as the commissioner, what was your toughest decision you had to fucking toil over?
Well, my wife's in the league, and we made a trade 4 years ago, and everybody said it was a bogus trade, but
She traded you for a black gentleman?
You hear this, though? See, she made what could have been an illegal trade, Florentine. 4 years ago, and they're still talking about it.
There's a website called commishkit.com, I guess, where you get your fucking commit.
Yeah, your commish kit.
They have a shirt. They saw a shirt in there. It says beer. Can't draft without it. And they show a mug of draft beer. All right, so now does everybody get what I'm saying?
That's funny, though.
Yeah.
I'd laugh if I saw that. Like, I get it.
What's wrong with keeping it fun, Florentine?
Yeah.
What's fun about that?
What's wrong with just keeping
What
it fun?
is fucking fun about
That
that?
just shows you good beer drinking, cool guys.
You know
having
what's
some
fun?
They're out having a
guys
good
drink
time.
beer.
You know what's fun? A party at Anthony's on the weekend.
Night
That's
on a
fucking
there
fun.
you go.
Yeah,
Right?
not a fucking, not a trophy of a guy sitting in an armchair.
But not everyone could go to Anthony's parties.
Yeah,
now
but
what
that's
do you got?
fun.
Now
I'm
what do you
saying.
got? Now what do you got?
You could do something else, but not that.
Oh, man.
Anything else there, Steve?
Nah, bro, I love you guys. Love you, Jim, on TMS.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
commissioner.
And I love
Call him
fantasy
commissioner.
football.
Thanks for
I
calling,
love it.
commish.
He earned that title.
Commish, all right. Hey, I hope you have it,
Yeah.
Is there any bounties in fantasy football you have to deal with, Commish?
Yeah. What about using steroids? Have you come out either way on that?
One more, but let's go back to Ohio because they're hurting up there. So they get 2 today. 2 phone calls from Ohio. Tommy,
Here's the
what's up?
draft room. The picture of the draft room.
Look at that. The commish stands up in front of everyone. Everyone's on their
man,
couches.
he's there.
You got the big fucking draft board behind the guy.
Yeah, you do.
And then he keeps.
It looks awful.
Why? He's got to keep it organized.
I'd rather be in Amon Gert's living room.
Yes. I'd rather be in the draft in Vietnam.
and you could have been.
I think in this shot, it's very obvious this league has decided that you got to bring your stats with you. No laptops.
Look, there's
No laptops. Look, they all have paperwork.
There's a picture online with like 20 people in a room with a board. And
That's
there's like
the draft
4 girls
board,
there.
all right.
There's like 4 chicks, and none of the chicks are over a 4. Because hot chicks are out doing fun things.
Let's say hi to Tommy in
Yeah.
Ohio. Tommy, fantasy football. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm in a league. I'm for it, but some of the guys in my league, they get absolutely goofy with it. I mean, I'll pick up a magazine the day of the draft and pick through my players and stuff, but some of these guys, they get magazines literally like 6, 7
You do know
months
there's fantasy football magazines,
No, I
right?
didn't know.
Yeah.
Magazines.
Yes.
too.
Oh, yeah, there
Wow.
are.
Yeah, they have a
That's it.
huge. I mean, there's tons of magazines.
What,
on
black
it.
inches?
Yeah, but
Honcho.
They get goofy with it, and it's fun.
It's not fun.
Is that fun, that picture? There's a picture online of a draft. Does that look
fucking
fun?
terrible. Look, they pulled the curtains. It's got to be all no distractions from outside.
We rented out the back room at Applebee's. And we put the curtain up so we have some privacy for our
And
fucking...
here we are.
Look at that.
They're all staring into their laptops. It's like,
yeah, look at
they
that.
fucking got a big board in front of them.
They got mozzarella sticks out.
Oh, yeah. They're partying. Some
wanna
brewskis.
Hey, let's order some apps
Let's get
before we
some
start
apps.
the draft.
Chicken wings.
What kind of apps you want?
Let's just get a lot for everyone.
Yeah,
We'll
let's just
share.
can we just get the general app thing?
Yeah.
Some of these
The
guys.
sampler size.
And just keep bringing the brewskis.
yeah, bring the
Look, some of the guys, they get it catered.
You got any IPAs? Because I don't drink Coronas.
Some of them get them catered. Sometimes the wives, if they're not involved with the fantasy football, they'll fucking cook some fucking dishes and bring them over.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, bring the wives over. That's
and they'll
great.
hang out in the backyard or whatever and check on the guys every once in a while. How's it going?
How's
there?
it going? Good.
Well,
How's
we're
it
taking
going?
15
You guys
minutes break
behaving
right
out
now.
here?
Yeah, what round are you in? We're in the 4th. Oh, this is going to take forever.
Oh, God.
Don't you have to get up for your job tomorrow? No, but come on, honey. All right, guys.
That fucking room looks like the class you have to take after a DWI. Who wants to sit there?
That's
the guy that runs our league. His wife is the only one that's in it, and she'll cook and stuff. But she's in the league too.
Right. What's the name of your team?
Tominators.
What?
Tominators.
The Tominators.
Is your name Tom?
Hey, the Tominators doing pretty good. Look out.
Why the Tominators?
I don't know. I've been in the league about 5 years, and I just picked something.
He's embarrassed.
Is your name Tom?
Yeah.
So you your name is Tom, and you called your name the Tominators?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I used to call myself the Opester. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
You should have called them the Tocksuckers.
You don't like the Tominators?
I despise it.
No, you don't like that?
I've never hated anything more.
Why?
I like the name Al-Qaeda more than the Tominators.
Oh, the Tominators.
What's the name of the league there, Tom?
Balls Deep 1.
See, that's a cool fucking fantasy.
I like the
football
name.
league.
Balls
League name.
deep.
I'll give him that.
Yes.
And do you guys get a trophy at the end?
No trophy, just money.
And how much?
I think it's only like $200 for first place.
What the fuck? A waste of time.
It's Ohio. They're suffering up there. Why are you making fun of that?
I'm not making that $200.
Who
Have
else
you been
in
up
the
there
league?
lately? There's no jobs.
Yeah, but Jesus, $200. You playing with people from the fucking Sudan?
How much does it cost to get in? $1?
Nah, it's like 15 or something. It's
Yeah, man. It's,
All right, it's just for fun. It's fun.
Who's the commissioner?
Ohio.
Who's
Yeah,
the
you the
commissioner?
commissioner?
No, his wife. He already said that.
Oh, she's the commissioner?
No, she cooks. The
She's
wife
the cook.
cooks.
Oh, what?
She cooks. Yeah, the wife cooks. We don't really have a
Oh, I'm
commissioner
sorry.
or anything like that.
No commissioner.
So what happens if some drama goes down? If there's a trade that,
Yeah.
who handles that?
What we do is it's like online. Like everyone has to vote if they accept the trade. Like say I want to trade with somebody, everybody in the league would have to agree with it.
So they can't just be trading willy-nilly. That'd be great, getting phone calls out of nowhere
Exactly.
if you agree with a
An
trade.
email, you got a chick over.
Well,
You know what I mean?
sometimes-
Wait, I just got an email. I got to approve this trade. Tominator wants Wes Welker. Hold on, honey.
Tominator.